out there and all they want to do is fuck and listen to Jimmy Durante. We saw My Stepmother Is an Alien, so you know what that means.
Schwarzenegger grow baby in his belly, rock a rhinestone vest while whipping Justin to Kelly, or maybe see a burlesque show with Nick Crow and take a bubble speed to hitting cruise control. J-Man, Big Paul in the beautiful June, gonna take you from the groove all the way to the room. Ran the games of Street Fighter, helped to blow off steam, just a sucker punch the odd life of Timothy Green. Sharknado, the birdemic, how we staying alive. They call it in the badass and he's on the line, cranking 88 minutes cause they cool as ice, cause a bad Jim Varney looking kinda nice. Paul and June getting literal, Jason is getting laid. June is making sure all the monkey shots getting paid. They judge a bunch of movies while they're making the grade. Here's a real question for you, how did this get made?
Hello, people of Earth! And hello, people of Largo! Welcome. We are here live at Largo at the Cornet, our LA home, one of the best theaters here in LA, and we have a doozy of a movie for you tonight. Kim Basinger, Dan Aykroyd. The movie title really sums it all up for you. My stepmom is an alien, and she is. And the comedy will ensue. Tonight, joining me, as always, is my co-host, Jason Mantzoukas!
What's up, jerks? Paul, how are you?
Welcome, Jason.
What's happening?
Very exciting movie.
Thrilling movie. Lovitz.
Did you?
I want to talk Lovitz.
Oh.
All night. I want to talk Lovitz all night long.
I want to bring out our whole panel to talk about Lovitz, but I do want to say that I do feel like someone just said, just do whatever you want.
Just, your character, I feel like he went the first day and was like, what's my character's motivation? And they're like, you're horny. And he was like, got it.
I can't wait.
You're horny and your girlfriend is 6'2".
I have such a great thing to share with all of you here about the origin of this movie that I'm gonna, this is what I'm doing, I'm gonna set it up now.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll pay it off later.
Oh, shit.
It's so damn good. I've been thinking about it all day, and I live with one of the people I do this show with, and I didn't even tell her. Jason, I kept you in the dark all day.
Wow. And I love that in our home life you refer to me as a her.
Because I make you wear that wig.
Yep. That's interestingly the only thing that separates me from being a woman is my hair. Everything else pretty much lines up.
And it's a short wig. It's not a long wig.
It's shorter than my own hair.
Yeah.
It's like a boy's haircut. It's like a pixie cut. I'm Mia Farrow in Rosemary's Baby. It's a blonde pixie cut. I'm like a Michelle Williams just making us eggs and toast in the morning. Which
but that's
I cannot
why
eat.
I love you. Here tonight also my other co-host, June Diane Raphael! Welcome, June.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
Very well, very well. June, you never saw this movie.
No. I loved it. I loved it. I can't wait to talk about it. I want to talk about white stockings or tights.
Yeah.
I think they're tights. I got a lot to say.
I want to talk about short shorts that have like 7 pleats on Willow.
By the way,
I will only refer to Allison Hannigan as Willow for the entire show.
There's a great Buffy Easter egg in this movie. I mean, Seth Green and Willow.
Oh, yeah.
It all began here.
Oh, I mean, it really did.
Willow and Oz. All right.
Back at last.
I gotta make you watch a Buffy one time.
I'm good.
We have a very special guest here tonight. Someone we've been wanting to have on the show for a very long time. She's an amazingly talented comedian, or a writer, performer, and director. She has a new movie coming out. Please welcome Whitney Cummings.
Heavy hitters.
I didn't get the like who let the dogs out that June got, but whatever.
Well,
I'll grow on you. I don't have any
Give
notes.
it time.
You don't need notes.
Okay.
You just need we're here to whatever you remember is the most important thing.
Well,
Except for whatever I wrote down in my notes.
I just would like to say that this is a sad day for me.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Well, I've tried to do this show before, and you asked, and I wanted to do it,
Yeah.
and you sent me the movie, and it was like demonic, bloody ladies,
Yeah.
or like some.
By the way,
Right.
we have not done that movie, but I would like to see it.
I remember, it was like a
Demonic
scarier
blood
movie
ladies?
or something, yeah.
It was just something that like it was a shitty movie. I don't even need to see it. I know this is ridiculous and campy or whatever. And then we reschedule it, and he sends me the name of the movie, and he's like, My Stepmother's an Alien. And I was like, I'm sorry.
Is this the right podcast?
Did you change your podcast
You
to
mean,
great movies?
is this called How Could This Not Get Made? Because it's brilliant, and I wrote you back.
Yeah, you wrote me back. You're like, look, I really like this movie. I don't think I can talk anything about it. And I said, fine. Don't worry about it.
I was like, there's nothing I can say except just
Well done.
incessant accolades. So are you sure you want me to do this? Because I have nothing but glowing reviews. I grew up on this movie. I was raised by this movie. Quite
Not a lot of people know that you were raised by a VHS copy of this movie.
It loved me dearly, never abandoned me, showed up for me. Like no one else did. And then I was like, but let me just like refresh it and just to make sure it's as good as I thought.
Right, because I said to you, well, you know what? When you watch it, it's kind of funny because maybe things will change.
Yeah.
As
And
Give
I
it
was
another
like,
go.
Which was a personal attack. Now he's just personally attacking my values in childhood. And then I watched it on a plane and I was like, oh no. I've been mistaken. My entire childhood was a ruse. And I actually thought first, because I went and just watched it on YouTube, and I was like, oh, this is like a kid like recut the movie to make it suck. You know how
That's the level of denial that you're living in. This can't be bad.
No.
Someone must have been trying to
to
ruin
make it bad, they remixed
You thought it was like a mashup?
Yeah, I thought it was like, how they
A trickster of some
they recut
kind, yeah.
Inception to make it a
Some
comedy.
sort of YouTube trickster.
Yes! I was like,
They were like, ooh, Whitney Cummings will someday look at this.
being hoodwinked, and so I must have some kind of Stockholm syndrome with this movie because it is.
Well, talk to June about Grease 2. I think
Grease 2 holds up. It gets better with age.
I think you guys might have similar
like a
feelings
fine
about
wine.
these movies.
It's funny though because I think a lot of movies that we watch as kids, we're just excited that we're seeing movies.
That's true.
And we have not seen many of them. I remember, I mean, we talk about this all the time. A lot of these don't age well at all.
No, but this movie doesn't even have like a plot. I
No.
mean, it's
No.
I mean, no, but I just was like, oh my God, I was a drunk child. I don't know what I was doing as a kid. It made me question
Well, if you were a drunk child, it makes me question how good a job parenting this VHS copy of this movie did. I don't feel bad now.
I don't know what it was, but I had some weird emotional connection to this movie, and it's been destroyed by this podcast. So.
You're welcome.
Sorry.
That's the theme of our podcast, destroying things you fondly remember from childhood for 7 years.
I remember though, watching this movie for the first time last night,
You've never seen it?
No, I'd never.
Neither had
seen
I.
it.
I hadn't seen
Neither
it either.
had I. I'd heard of it.
Can I ask you a question then?
Yeah.
Did you think it's called My Stepmother's an Alien? So it's through the point of view.
Of
One
course.
would
Yeah.
think.
I was like, I wrote down in my notes,
Whose movie is this?
why isn't Willow a bigger part of the movie? It's called My Stepmother Is an Alien.
Not my wife that I
Yes.
met
Yes.
24 hours ago. is an
Exactly.
alien.
Not
And
the
not even
stranger
just
who.
your stepmother's an alien.
What? Yes.
No, mine.
Yeah.
It's
And-
her movie.
It also, I think that's what the whole problem in the movie is. It kind of tries to bridge this gap between being is it an adult movie? Is this a movie about like a man who marries an alien?
Well, it
or is
would
it a family movie?
It would seem like that. I was gonna say it would seem to be the movie about a teenage girl that I would bring kids to, except it's all about horny adults.
Here's what I think happened.
The
I
movie
think,
is about a red hat. Don't
yes, of course, a red hat and white tights.
don't get
I'm sorry.
mistaken.
The movie is about a purse.
Here's what I think happened.
bad.
I think that the movie was originally written from Willow's point of view, and the original title remained. And then I think they saw it, and they had to recut it, not YouTube recut it, but just like actually recut it, professionally recut it, because they realized it's a really fucking creepy story.
Well, it's a horror movie story.
Well, absolutely. But every time she's begging her dad to find a woman and
yeah.
to fuck that woman,
oh,
I wanted to die.
I'm sorry.
level of
so
joy.
incredibly
the
uncomfortable.
level of joy that Willow has upon realizing that the woman that his father met at a party, like a horny adults party the night before, where children were
Why
the
is she
caterers.
there?
By the way,
I've got a lot to say about that. Finger food. But point being, she was like, she stayed here overnight? Yeah! She's so happy that her dad got his dick wet. She's crazy.
Disgusting.
I'm sorry. The character's an alien. We don't know her vagina gets wet. We're not sure.
It's true. It's
If
true.
it's
It
not
might
in-
just be battery.
Battery acid.
He's like,
if it's
I don't know.
If
My
it's
dick
not in the
burns.
video,
They
then she
gave
went-
it up 3,000 years ago, so it's been a while.
By the way, that adult fuck party where kids were the waiters, I want to get into that, but
by the way,
How many
by the way,
women
are we gonna
obsessed with Lovitz at this party? Lovitz has multiple women like, you broke my heart. And he's like, Lovitz.
he drives the
Couldn't be
rolls.
more
Ladies
Lovitz.
love the rolls.
Can you also explain to me what's his job that he's that dumb
I
but
thought
has
he
a
was
Rolls
a driver.
Royce?
I thought he was a chauffeur, no joke, the whole movie. I thought he was a chauffeur
By
the
the way,
whole movie.
maybe he was.
He might have been. I don't think so. Though. I think
Pre-Uber.
it was maybe his roles. Because that at the
It was definitely his rolls. To me, he's a guy who spent all of his money on a rolls. Well, although he did have that nice house on the beach. I mean, a really
What
nice
does he do? A, what does he do? And B, he then, at the end of the movie, spoiler alert for this piece of shit movie, no offense, Whitney, he is like, yeah, I'll go to the alien planet, no problem.
No, with no tearful goodbye. It's
No.
just like, peace.
Bye.
Like,
He's
He
basically,
has no one-
first he's basically like, I'm in love with your wife.
Yeah.
She's in love with
kisses, by the way, kisses her on his wedding day.
Yes! He's a fucking dirtbag. Like, and the movie is called My Stepmother Is an Alien.
Here's the thing. I was
Are we
like,
gonna write a movie right now?
I was watching.
It's final
I was
draft
like,
opening so we can write a movie. the thing is like, I bet you could, Clippy's gonna tell us, I bet you could write it better. It sounds like you're trying to rewrite the movie My Stepmother Is an Alien. Do you want help with that? Thanks, Clippy.
by the way, why have we not discussed that one of Willow's friends is Juliette Lewis for
Yeah.
no reason at all?
Juliette Lewis, no lines.
No lines.
It looks like the Juliette Lewis from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation,
Yes.
which was it looked like she just walked
Well,
from
it
one
is.
set. Yeah, I mean, but
It's
like
the same
that,
actress.
But that look,
That
like, you know,
actress, Juliette Lewis,
Yeah.
is the same Juliette Lewis.
She kinda
It
looks
doesn't
like-
look like her.
she
it's
looks
the same
like-
actress.
I was,
Also the same Juliette Lewis that is in Cape Fear around that same
is
time.
it the same
That's
Juliette
my
Lewis
favorite
from
one.
Natural Born Killers?
Different Juliette
All
Lewis.
right. But I mean, she had like a similar, like, I mean, I feel like she had like a different look as a kid. Like she was like the cool kid or something like
She had some moments. She made something out of nothing. I think she's
choices. I was seeing choices.
never
Often, right?
By the way,
Choices.
I wish the movie had been about those 3 girls. Not joking at all. I was like, they're so interesting to me, and the adults are bananas, like nonsense.
Also, back to the pervy child-father relationship.
Oh, yeah.
They were about to kiss, and someone's like, have you ever seen him kiss a
Yes.
woman? And she's like, not since 1983. When you were 4?
Yeah.
And why is she keeping such solid track of this? Like, why is she like?
She journals.
Yeah.
I would understand a movie in which, like, a daughter would want her father to get back out there and find love,
Why?
find someone else. I
don't know
could see
anyone
that
who's-
in a
No,
movie.
why?
But why does she have to want him to get laid? That's the weird
But
part.
no,
Like,
to me, I think the issue is like this is a daughter who arguably lost her mother at a very young age.
Yeah.
And she's like, Dad, get over it. Fuck somebody.
Yeah.
Like, it would be one thing if the mom like left and they're both like, we're gonna find somebody else. Like, she seems like, when are you ever gonna find somebody else like Mom? Like, she's like,
I feel like she's like,
removed
get
from
over.
it
Like,
or
let's
something.
move on.
But
Yeah.
you know what I felt? I felt like the movie it has no reason to happen.
Yeah.
So every time something inappropriate or weird would happen, that like there'd be a studio note that would be like, oh, how do we make? You know what? Just make the daughter. You have to make the daughter be into it. Otherwise, it's like child abuse and like
Oh, I think
maybe
so.
incest. It felt like a lot of like
But
studio
to me,
notes.
the better movie is that she doesn't want him dating anyone. She wants to sort of memorialize her mom and have the house be like a shrine to her mom. And so, of course, he thinks when this woman comes into his life that she's overreacting, saying,
Sure.
my
She's an alien.
stepmother's an alien.
Yep.
Only to find out, no, her stepmother is an alien.
Yeah.
To me, that's the movie that makes
Well,
sense.
by the way, I would
Sort of.
argue the big strike against this movie is that it all happens within 24 hours.
So much
No, but
happened.
that is when I think the studio notes come in because you see Dan Aykroyd like all of the lines like, I know this is crazy. I know this is totally insane. I know we shouldn't be. I know it's only 24 hours.
She comes in, meets them at a party, they get married the next morning to a
And then-
packed reception.
And then
with a
Willow
band.
has a date that night. I was like, has time passed?
And she has a date
No,
that night.
that night, the reception, I guess, is over.
The reception is over.
It's
They're
prom
just,
night.
It's their wedding night. They're just hanging out.
And they put her in a wedding dress, and just moments before the last time we see Willow, she's like, my stepmother's an alien. She just sucked a battery.
What? Oh.
The rental period is over.
Guys,
Oh, shit.
that reaction was inappropriate. Do not awe for the rental period. Get a fucking life. What is wrong with you people?
Also, just can we talk about Willow's dress? What event is she going to?
It looks like a
I
wedding
thought they were
dress.
going to a dance, and it was just a date. I want to know where they went on that date. I want to know what that was all about.
But to me, again, I just want to bring up, like, she was so cool with Kim Basinger. Kim Basinger's putting her in the dress, and she's like, what do you think? It's like, you just saw her drink a batteries.
Yeah.
Like, the scene
She had to
before.
see her. She had to see her drink batteries like 10 times before it
She
seemed
drank
weird.
so many batteries. She drank all the cars on the streets batteries.
They could not make this movie now with hybrids.
That's true.
This movie is so it is so bizarre on every level, and this is the question I want to ask because I don't have the answer to it. What was she there for? I don't understand. Like, what? Okay, yeah.
I do
All
know
right.
this. Well, okay, so his
know this?
I'm so fascinated, like legit. I really
impressed.
tried
You
to.
remember when they were in the
SETI
the
research.
lab?
Yeah. mhm.
You remember when they were in the
Sure.
cardboard lab?
Sure.
That looked like a science project, a 4-year-old science project. I mean, here's like, if this movie was made today, the special effects would be brilliant
Why?
because
Would we care?
they're so bad that it has to be intentional.
It wouldn't matter if they were great special effects. This movie would still be pathologically insane.
Yes, true, correct.
Although
So
that snake coming out of her bag would be
the
pretty.
eyeball
I
snake.
hated that guy.
Oh, the
What?
guy.
No, it had some zingers.
Wasn't it a woman's?
Back off.
It wasn't.
Oh, thank you.
Back off Alpo breath did get me.
It was not Margot Martindale, but I was sure it was Margot Martindale.
And
Not like her.
princesses
Wait, so
in
I
it.
want to understand.
Okay,
Yes.
so something about, remember when like the rain and all the stuff
Yes.
colluded at
Buttons,
once
yes.
to make the
thing shoot
light
up.
stream shoot off the computer
Yes.
straight
Yes.
into the other planet's orbit or
Into
whatever?
the other computers.
Yes.
Yeah. Really bizarre. Yeah. And one computer screen is like,
That's not how that works.
But that,
This is not a multi-screen workstation.
by the
not
way,
an edit bay.
one screen was like computer graphics, the other one was just a picture of stars.
Yeah.
Not even.
Not scientifically accurate.
Okay,
so
yes.
whatever happened, it went into a different stratosphere?
Sure.
Is that a
Okay.
thing?
Nope.
A different Milky
Okay, yes.
Way?
No. I'll get this
different-
part.
No, he went to a different galaxy or whatever.
It
yeah,
got
solar
so
system.
near the planet of hot women that the whole thing was if they only had 48 hours to figure out to reverse it, or else all the gravity would drain from their planet.
Wait, no, they are
Wait.
living in some sort of gravity problem. She says the gravity is like a problem, right?
Yeah, gravity's
and then
always a
she's
problem.
talking to like the old men in
the
like
sky,
flying
the men in the
mountain-
KKK
Elders.
outfits.
Yeah. They're like, the gravity's really getting to us. You only have like.
Yeah.
But like, I also could not. They needed the beam to pierce through. Hang on.
But to me, it was like,
Nerds?
why just do it
Nerds.
again? Like,
Nerds.
they
Come
didn't
with that.
seemingly reverse anything. They didn't do anything different. It's like, this thing that almost wrecked our planet, do it again?
I don't think
quickly?
it was wrecking the planet. I think it was good for the planet.
Oh.
Didn't they want it to be done
No,
again?
it wasn't good for the planet.
No, I think
what?
they
Okay, one of you fucks can settle this. Who thinks they've got it? Tim? Right? Fucking nailed it.
Was that right?
For the first lightning storm, he was like, we can never get the beam to another galaxy. And then John,
What kind of beam?
It's like a communique. It's like they're trying to.
Questron beam.
Okay.
Sure. And then Jon Lovitz's jacket buttons
Yeah.
interact
Buttons.
with
He increases
with
the
thing.
shorts the thing.
Yeah, it shorts the thing until it shoots it to another galaxy.
Sure.
That creates a problem on the planet.
I see why they thought this was funny
So
to
they
me.
have to replicate that same thing to fix the problem. I don't know why it fixes
That was the issue that I had.
But the thing that she needs to do with Dan Aykroyd is figure out how he did it. The problem is he doesn't know how he did it.
Because of
But I get
buttons.
that, but my issue still goes from why repeat it. It's like, my car was in an accident. We need to recreate the accident to
Oh, no.
fix the car wreck.
Oh no, I've been shot. Shoot me again to fix it.
That was my issue with it.
I thought she was trying to undo it with her white pantyhose.
Right.
By the way, I'm going to say, because obviously Jon Lovitz, very expensive jacket.
Why does he smell like fish? Why does he say that?
That's improv.
Why
That's
is it? By
Improv
the way,
City.
John, I don't know. Funny man back then.
Yes.
Sure.
Funny man.
Yes.
Why is he so unfunny in this movie? Love you, John.
Ooh,
I feel
well,
like-
he's a.
I
You're
will
on your own
fight
on
you
this
on
one,
La
Whitney.
Cienega
No, I hear it.
Today, if you can really say to my face that made you laugh.
I am with you because I think Jon Lovitz always is like this great, he always can nail a thing. I think because this movie had no plot and his character was so
There was no
undefined.
jokes, yeah.
It was sort of
That's
like
true.
he's just running around.
Well, he felt to me like he was in an all-adult movie, and
Yes.
the juxtaposition of him and Willow being
That's
scenes
true.
together was unsettling.
It
he was essentially in Leave You
I-
Shoot Larry, the
I-
movie.
Yeah.
Can't believe no one called the police. I mean, he was just like
How
Kirby.
did Willow get home from the party?
Yeah. He
Dan Aykroyd
leaves
is like,
her there.
Dan Aykroyd is like, a lunatic has arrived. She's beautiful. I gotta show her my setup at the Space
Yeah.
Institute, and just abandons his daughter.
By the way,
She gets home and in bed, and she's just there alone.
Yeah.
I do want to say a couple things about that. I'm not a single father, but
You're not.
Yet.
You're not.
You guys are very reactive. That's good. Very emotional crowd.
Careful. Careful.
But it wouldn't seem like my first instinct when I'm getting laid for the first time would to be like, hey, you want to go check on my sleeping daughter? like, hey, before we have sex, you want to go look at my daughter asleep?
So
And then
Does that
when the
get
lady
you wet?
says,
Yeah.
when the lady says it's short, what she was like, it's so short, or
Yeah.
why is it so? Then you'd go like, I need you to leave.
Yeah. But then they go
my
into
house.
his bedroom, and he doesn't close the door. So they're just going to the Bone Zone
But I can
with
see,
Willow
but
like
here's the
across
thing.
the hall.
I can't believe I'm about to defend him, but Willow does seem to want to know this is gonna happen.
Do you think, June, no, we know she didn't. I was gonna say, do you think Willow woke up and heard, but we know she didn't because she's surprised in the morning? Forget it.
I will also say every choice that Dan Aykroyd makes is okay with me because when Kim Basinger...
Every choice.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Every choice is okay with you?
Yes, I'm gonna tell you why. Because he is a man that watches a fucking stranger that no one knows come into a party, act insane, do backflips, and goes, oh, what are you, a wacky gram? That doesn't exist, a wacky gram. And his first instinct is that she is one of these things that doesn't exist. You're insane too. So these are two insane people. So I feel like he's not grounded in any reality. Like he wasn't like...
Well, but he's got that grounding element of Jimmy Durante's hat.
I don't even, guys, I can't even talk about
What?
that.
I can.
You want to talk about Jimmy Durante's hat?
Here's my question. Do you ever watch movies now? First of all, I looked up some trivia. Did you know this was initially going to be Shelley Long?
Yes, I did.
Were you going to...
I would.
No, great to bring up.
That would be amazing.
Because I'm trying to picture Shelley Long doing all this.
Crushing it.
Crushing
So
it.
funny.
I gotta say, I thought Kim. No, I think Shelley Long's amazing, of course, but I think Kim Basinger did her job.
I think you're right.
Her job.
I think you're right. But did she need to like squeak?
I feel
like did she need to like
they
come?
let her. I mean, you have to understand, she did not have any direction. I mean, no one did. I think that's what happened with Lovitz. It was a free-for-all out there.
I think you're
And
probably
when you're
right.
left to improvise, I think for hours on end.
They were also busy
Hours.
arguing with
Yeah.
Willow's real-life parents about the content of the movie.
I thought this was a
At some point,
child
you're
film
probably
where
gonna
my daughter's
sneak.
the lead.
Okay, so it's called My Stepmother Is an Alien. My daughter's the main character, and her third line is I'm wearing a bra.
And
she's
Dan
third-
Aykroyd
and then
looks
he-
her up and down.
And then Dan Aykroyd is like,
I didn't like it.
And then-
he stares right at her tits.
And then she's like, it's
I was like, what's
A or
happening
something.
right now?
A minus? Was that a joke or is that a real size? She's like,
It's
A
not a real
minus.
size.
It's not a real size. I checked.
I do, as we talk about Kim
It is a
Basinger,
grade.
So that was a joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna just play some of Kim doing her job at the party, as Julie said.
Hello. Are you Dr. Steve Mills?
Yes.
Will you tell me the composition of your radar beam or not?
Oh, which one?
Now you don't fool me. Your favorite color is red. Your favorite food is lasagna. And your favorite rocking is pink bread. Oh.
Actually, I prefer green. I'm allergic to all pasta, and my favorite rock is Rachmaninoff.
Well, of course you'd say that.
And I think it's Pink Floyd, not Pink Fred, right, Jesse?
Pink bread is their nickname. Would you hold this for me, please? Hey, we're the monkeys. People say we monkey around, but we're too busy singing to put anybody down.
What?
Do you know what they say? Nixon's the one.
Dick Nixon?
Okay. See you later, bro.
And she's smoking a
By the way,
carrot.
that's the best still
That
of the
man
night.
in the background is.
There is a great man with a beard staring at Dan Aykroyd.
Right at the camera. I love
Best
him.
extra award goes to that
actually-
man.
Here's
Change
what's
everything I
by
said.
the way, here's what's so weird about this movie. So she acts like an alien here. And then she goes outside to talk to her purse. At which point she speaks
Totally normal.
totally normal.
Why?
And with all
Why?
the nuances of a human.
Yes. Like, that's what's so interesting is she is so capable of having a normal conversation
With
with
the
the
purse.
But when she's talking to people, it's as if she's just
alien?
like not from like this planet.
And
He just pitched us the movie. That's how they sold it.
She's not a worm creature, is she?
Well, that was my
That's a
question.
great
Are they worms when they go back?
Well, because she says we.
But
don't
the
have
guys
sex, you
aren't
get-
worms.
They don't eat
With the
sandwich.
guys aren't worms.
But the
Yeah.
elders aren't worms.
So why would that? Like,
Why-
are worms helpers in this world? Like they're talking dogs?
Like
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the purse is like, oh, you're a fully functional human now. So what was she previous?
Well, she
Oh, I
said
hope
like when
she
he goes-
wasn't a worm.
Well, no, because she says like, do you guys go on vacation? She goes, no, we go and do math. What?
You don't want her to be a worm?
I don't want
What
her
if
to be
she
a
was?
worm.
Why?
What would that do to
Why?
you?
Guys, she's a beautiful woman. I mean, it's just not something I want for her. You know?
Well, I mean, she's an alien,
But
though.
she's a worm. But if she was a worm person, she might have, like the beautiful woman, she might have felt like she wasn't interested.
Well, I have to say this. So the elders, those three men, they show up as humans.
Also, topple the patriarchy.
Absolutely.
Also, Oscar so white.
Which
Razzie
makes
so
me
white.
think that they do have human form
Okay.
as aliens.
Right, because
They
wouldn't
seem
it just be
to.
like
But when
three
they
snakes?
have to hide, like in a purse, for example, that's when they can, transform into worms or other weird creatures.
I feel like the worms were more like the old guard that knew a bunch of shit that she didn't know and then also gave her dresses.
How about this? How about this? How about this?
They're seamstresses.
Why, when she reads a book, does she put her arm in the book? Okay? But when the elders refer to the book to tell her what marriage is, why doesn't the guy open the big book and fucking put his arm in it?
Because
These
that's
are
an alien book.
inconsistencies.
It's an alien book. Earth books you read with your arms. Alien
Okay.
books you read with
read
your
I'll buy
Eyes.
it. I'll buy
Okay.
it. But I'm wondering, like, who's a worm? Who's not a worm? What's up?
I
Do
wanna
they
know what
speak
the-
English?
And why is the worm
Why do they
so
speak English to
jealous
each other?
of her?
And why do all the women look like Princess Stephanie when they come down to get Jon Lovitz?
Are they doing that? Because they basically say in the beginning, didn't they, that they made Kim Basinger to look like the most beautiful human woman?
Right.
Yeah.
So as to, because that is the thing that all men can't resist,
It's
and
the
they'll
most powerful.
Is a
Yes.
stupid woman who eats cigarettes,
Yes.
but is hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she can't have looked like that on her home planet. Because they say that they're making her look like that. So that's what I want to know. Are they all worms? Guys? Tim, are they worms?
My stepmother.
I feel
Tim,
like
help us out, Tim.
My stepmother is a worm is actually a movie I could get behind.
Tim, are they worms?
I don't think that they're
they're
all
worms.
worms. I think that there are different races on the planet.
Okay.
I think if I'm just gonna do a gut check, I don't think they're all worms.
You don't think they're all worms?
Yeah.
What percentage of the population of that planet is worm-based, and what is humanoid-based?
I think we've thought through this more than the writers, the producers.
Yeah.
Oh, that
what,
is
can,
for
Spend
sure.
way
Tim.
more time with it.
what can fit in a bag? I don't know, like a worm?
How about-
Got it, done.
Oh.
Control Alt S.
Oh, but wait,
Why does-
wait. Put an eye on the worm. Put an eye on the worm. I want the worm to be able to see.
It's like a submarine with an eyeball.
And clearly always shot from a position where a puppeteer could be like shooting up right from under camera. Like it's just like, stay still, Kim, stay still. Wait, there's another thing that was, well, there's so many things that are odd. So whenever she has a question, like he wants to kiss, a video screen will appear and will like kind of like detail everything about kissing. But then when she asks about sex, well, maybe we should just watch it. Then we can. This is a confusing one.
Oh God.
This is the
The
sex
tights, are you
explanation.
okay? The white tights are.
What is sex? Huh? What?
Can I pause for 1 second?
What? You heard what I said.
This is the bathroom in his bedroom. He is max 8 feet from her right now. She's constantly having full volume conversations
She's yelling.
with the worm in her purse that he could hear easily everywhere.
But when you get a boner, your hearing does diminish
away.
a little. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
By the way, he's in a children's bed in that room.
He's-
That
that
bed is
bed.
a child bed.
He's sleeping in a trundle bed. No
Yeah.
joke.
So weird.
Why? He's a grown man.
Yes.
And he's sleeping in what appears to be like a full-size bed in his teenage home.
Here is so this we'll get into the sex explanation. Here we go. She's like, "What is sex?" And
Huh, what? You heard what I said. What is sex?
Oh, well, give me a second. 1 second. Ooh, take a look at this.
Sex. 1. Gender. 2. Latin for 6. 3. An expensive store on Fifth Avenue.
hold.
What?
No, it's not. Sex.
So that's a joke.
It's a joke, but it also shows that they have very bad research.
Also, Latin for 6. Does she know what Latin is? What's happening? Like, worm, fucking get to it.
Well, this gets into, whoever's making these videos for her, they add too much stuff.
Oh, yeah.
4. Deleted. Deleted. What good is deleted?
Oh, now don't get excited. Just a second. 1 little second.
Don't get
Oh,
excited.
Here it is.
Can you pause for a second? Why does the worm look in the bag when it's like, oh, wait a second, let me see what else I have in here? No, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. These videos are also not in the bag. Let me see.
Guys, I just have a theory on this worm.
Well, give it.
All right. The worm is on the home world, and this is some sort of device, like a periscope-esque device. So the worm is a human, and just can kind of periscope through Earth
Tim.
to be in the bag.
Tim is the worm part of the planet. Tim.
I do feel like it could be it's like a periscope on a submarine. There's another person on the planet
In the other planet.
yeah, that's how she's
operating it.
Yeah, well, they do say that this character is like the expert on Earth.
Yes.
But it's not.
No. The worm is an idiot.
But I guess my question is,
a fucking
why
asshole.
wouldn't the worm herself just become
Kim Basinger. Celeste.
Because then Kim Basinger wouldn't have anybody to talk to in these hilarious one-on-ones.
There wouldn't be no exposition scenes.
Yeah, we don't need to even watch the rest of the sex explanation.
Well, but here's what's interesting about this scene is that Kim Basinger is so she's so virginal in this, and she seems so surprised and embarrassed by all of the sexual stuff.
Because sex is not part of their scenario.
Right,
on
they
their
just
planet.
Here's my thing: is sex is not a part of their scenario, but they're not sexual creatures.
They
So
were.
to be embarrassed, you have to have a context for what sex is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which she doesn't.
Yep. Yes.
What
yes.
is she embarrassed by?
You'd be a real cog in the wheel on set of this movie.
We gotta shut down production again. Fucking June brought up a logic issue.
Shit.
She's not wrong.
The movie is called My Stepmom is an Alien. Logic does not bear out on this at all.
But you're right about that. And then because of that virginal quality, it makes the sex so creepy.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
also, I was upset when he said, "Can I kiss you?" And she goes, "Does it hurt?"
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he's
I
like,
didn't like that one
If
bit.
a girl says that, you're like, "Let's go to a clinic."
Yeah, are you okay?
Something's wrong.
What
And he's
happened
like,
to
He's
you?
like, "No, it doesn't hurt."
Not
or
the way
something.
I do it.
Yeah.
Not the way I
Yeah.
do. And then he proceeds to kiss her neck for upwards of a minute and a half.
What's he
No, he
doing?
nibbles the same spot for like a minute and a half. He just wet necks her.
Can I just
Not interested.
Can I tell you the taglines for this movie?
Wet necks.
All right. She's gorgeous. She's never been kissed. Needless to say, she's from another planet.
Oh, it's needless to say
Needless to say.
that a beautiful virgin is not on Earth.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
And then
She's ugly. She's never been kissed. She's from City of
you
Image.
know her.
here is the other one. The other one is a million light years from home, she's found a husband, a stepdaughter, and a dog. When she finds out about sex, she might just stay for the weekend.
What is this?
But by the way,
Wow.
These are taglines for movies, like, I'll be back, and then she's gorgeous, she's never been kissed.
Gary, I'm gonna need you to write up a bunch of pervy, horny taglines for the movie. Huh? Yeah, okay. I'll have it to you after lunch.
The best, the least offensive is man's closest encounter.
Fine.
Fine.
I mean,
Fine.
it's right around Close Encounters. I get it. Okay. Fine.
1990 or 1988. So a little, yeah.
I mean, like 10
12 years later, yeah.
Well, yeah.
can we talk about the sex part?
Yeah, sure.
Only for the rest of the show.
I do have a confession to make,
Oh,
which is
boy.
that
you jerked off?
Which
Did
is
you jerk off
I did
during
bang
this?
one out to that scene. Can you imagine? I was on a plane. That'd be very weird. So the scene where she comes out of the bathroom.
Yes.
Where she.
Yes. Where the wind is
negligee.
blowing her.
Do you
and-
have that? I mean,
yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of that is actually kind of amazing.
It's great.
I was like, okay, like
Yeah.
I get it. It was
Yeah.
the music was excellent.
I mean, by the way, they made
I
a
love
trailer.
this.
Loved
I thought
it.
this was great.
Amazing.
Loved it.
And by the way, just to put it in context for you Kim Basinger heads, this is after 9.5 weeks and No Mercy and Blind Date
Is it
before
really?
Batman.
But
Yeah.
like, how
Oh
old
wow.
is she?
I
tried
don't
to
know.
Google it, then I had to do math, and my brain is.
I mean, I can find out, but 9.5 weeks.
Somebody knows in the room how old was Kim Basinger when she made this movie? Tim, you fucking blew it, bro.
But at this point, 9.5 weeks and Blind Date,
Yeah.
those are big movies, or at least they seem to be.
Yeah, yeah.
I think she was trying to make her comedy move.
Okay. All right, so here we go. This is the sex scene. We can kind of talk over it as a close.
This is a jam. It's a jam.
I love this song.
Me too.
And by the way, I mean, yeah, things are, yeah.
Well, when she comes out, yeah.
Dan Aykroyd's making the same face he makes in Ghostbusters when the ghost blows him. So, I mean,
Tiny bed, tiny bed.
Tiny bed.
Giant man.
Giant torso.
There is no room for her in that bed.
So can we stop for a
yes,
second?
please,
Look, I'm not known for my elegant get-ups in the bedroom.
You're not.
I'm not.
No.
That's
Okay.
not my brand.
Yep.
Have you ever ripped a negligee open?
No, it looks like it had to have been rigged.
Oh, of course.
Oh.
You think that was an improv move? She's like, can we do one more? I've got an idea.
I was like, but can she open it?
What I meant was the negligee.
No, but is it that all women do that? And
and you just rip your
I've
own.
never
you
seen
rip
that.
something
I've never heard of
'cause
that move
there's no
before.
buttons or zipper there. It's like she's
No.
ripping
So shouldn't he have known she was an alien right then and there?
by her sheer strength of ripping
Yeah.
a negligee in half.
Also,
It
like,
was such a clean cut.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It was.
Why not just put her in a bra? By the way, she's practically. I mean, you're seeing a lot in that scene anyway. Just put her in a bra, and then
What do
just
you
have.
mean?
I loved what she wore.
Keep
I
saying
loved
put her
the
in a
rib.
bra, you weirdo. Just like put her in a bra.
Stop saying it.
Why
This is
don't
how
you-
this is.
Am I
Stop
right?
saying
Like, why
it
don't you
right
just like
now.
put her in a bra?
But get really specific
You
about
know?
the bra.
Like, why that
black
negligee? Like,
lacy
just like a
bra,
just like
real
throw her,
classy
just-
black lacy.
Just throw her in a bra. Can we get wardrobe over here with some bra options? We're gonna put her in it.
Put her in it.
put her in a bra.
Put her in a bra.
I like when you said throw her in it. That was more
I'm
violent.
just gonna chuck her in a bra.
First of all,
Just put her right in it. That's a t-shirt. Put her in a bra.
Put her in a bra. Is the new Get Her Done.
Put her in a bra.
Put her in a bra.
That's just a great thing to end sentences. And I told him to fuck up. Put her in a bra.
$90 for cable. Put her in a bra.
Hey, use your blinker, asshole. Put her in a bra.
I don't need 4 gelato shops on my block. Put her in a bra.
Too many coffee shops in Sunset Junction. Put her in a bra. Guys, you're right to applaud. That was a home run.
Oh, I can't wait for our Netflix comedy special, Put Her in a Bra.
Put her in a bra is the new where does the butt start?
Put her in a bra.
Put her in a bra.
I can't.
P-U-T apostrophe R-E. P-U-T apostrophe E-R, a bra.
I feel like it's B-R-A-H.
And I think it's B-R-A-R. Put her in a bra. Put her in a bra.
Put her in a bra.
Hey, I'm just going door to door in the neighborhood saying, put her in a bra.
This is our super finger.
Oh, guys,
Is that
we're
a
having
Dane
fun.
Cook reference?
Yeah.
Oh, this sex scene
I move
is
past this.
so gross. And they kiss so much, and their kissing has less chemistry than Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock at the end of The Lake House. It has less chemistry than that, and there is easily 45 minutes of it in the... Like, the majority of this movie is them kissing.
By the
Do
way,
you think that the director said, make it awkward because you're an alien?
No, I think Dan Aykroyd was like, we need more kissing.
by the way, why didn't they just cast Dan Aykroyd's wife? Because isn't she like his wife is like that beautiful model who, well, she is, but she looks just like Kim Basinger, and then they would have actually had some chemistry.
Can you imagine the arguments that went on in his home?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
that's
all he does is
uncomfortable.
fuck Kim Basinger. In 24 hours, all he does is fuck Kim Basinger like 5 times.
And act like it's the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Oh yeah. At the height of Kim Basinger.
And why does his lip get stuck? Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
a thing that happens to guys?
Yeah, oh yeah, the pre-sex dry lip. Whitney, put her in a bra.
Put her in a bra.
It fucking works.
It's so
You're welcome. It
It's
works.
so dismissive.
Guys, start using it. Get it out there. Put her in a
Tweet
bra.
it, blog it, hashtag it.
Guys, graffiti. Put her in a bra.
Put her in a bra.
It really does imply, Paul, that like she'd have no agency over what she wants to wear.
I like that you. The supposition is that you're angry that they put her in a negligee. Cause just goddamn it, put her in a bra.
But
Why
bras, but
Why
bras
not just put her in a bra?
To me, it feels like you're jumping through hoops to make her like you want her clearly to rip something off.
But
so
bras you
blah,
don't
blah,
rip
blah.
off. You have to unhook.
It would be
It's
harder
less
to rip
Maybe
a
there's
bra.
a button in the front, like that.
What? No. What kind of bras are you wearing,
Bras that are in
Jude?
the front.
Jude's got a bra that just has a button that Paul pushes.
What? I'm learning a lot about your undergarments from your husband's comments.
We are.
From button bras, right? Ladies,
You're also
where my
implying-
ladies at?
You're also implying.
Where are my ladies at?
Where are my ladies
Where are
at?
my ladies at?
Ladies. Where are my ladies at? You know you ladies got the front pushing button.
You know, you ladies, you know when you want to wear a negligee, but some guy's trying to put you in a bra.
And you're like, I ain't gonna wear a negligee because I got one of those front button push bras.
I'm gonna put you in a bra.
Here's the deal. Put her in a shirt. Let her rip open that shirt.
Yeah, rip
That
the
wasn't
buttons.
a shirt. That was a
I know,
negligee.
I know.
By the way, a great opportunity to use the snap button shirt.
Oh, but the most, like, look, I'm all for, like, you
put your
gotta
notes
shoehorn
down.
something in. But when he, like, talks about
Are we
those
still talking about
buttons-
the sex scene?
No, the buttons.
Shoehorning something in?
When those buttons come up and he's like, ugh, these buttons. My brother gave me this. It's a snap button thing that looks like a regular button. Anyway, Russ. Anyway, remember this, because we need to use. God forbid any buttons get close.
And it was just the fact that Lovitz had 2 clothing items that had metal buttons. That's the whole connection.
Metal buttons are not that rare that you need to justify. Like,
No.
Yeah,
how would he
by the
ever
way,
get a metal button in there?
What is that business in the beginning? What is that lab? What are
It's
they
a SETI
doing
lab.
there?
which is a search for intelligent life lab, which is probably wrong to have the director go, "There's nothing else out there."
Yeah.
It's one of his first lines.
But why
I would
is
argue that's why you're there in the beginning.
why
job
is
is
That
simply-
guy is for sure a Trump appointee.
why is Jon Lovitz there though?
Lovitz is there.
He
because
drove.
he's
He's a
picking up-
driver. He drove
he's
them
picking
there.
up his brother so that they can go to a singles night.
Yes.
And he's trying. That's why
As he's trying to get him out.
Trying to get him out of there.
Oh,
While his
okay.
daughter is at home alone playing basketball.
Yes. And
They'd
it's
be out
raining.
trying to pick up ladies.
And it's raining where they are, but
But not where the
she is.
basketball is. No.
Yeah.
It's a quick rainstorm.
And also, Lovitz, when given a poncho, wears it as a jaunty scarf. He wears it like around his neck like a jaunty scarf. He's like, well, I'm getting wet. And he's like, what smells like fish? Oh no, it's me. What?
Do you think
Yes.
that they thought this was bad while they were making it? Like, were the actors like, oh, this fucking scene, like, or were they like,
This is going great.
what? How do you?
They were
because they
going
felt like,
for
I mean,
it.
Dan Aykroyd's like, how many times can I have sex with Kim Basinger? Yeah, I love this movie. It's great.
like, I need another take. I need another take. But like, do you think Lovitz is a funny person? He know, like, you know when you're bombing.
They're all funny people.
Do you
know?
think that? Yes. Do you think? But I feel like Dan Aykroyd was wasted as a straight man in this movie.
Well,
right?
let me just say this, like, just to give you an idea, like, this is the January 25th, 1988 draft of the script. Credits. These are the writers. Jericho, one name.
That blew my mind when I saw that at the beginning. I was like, can you do that?
I'm gonna get more. I'm gonna
screenwriter.
get more into him in a second. Frank Coletti, Richard Benner, Susan Rice, Herschel Weingrod, Timothy Harris, Paul Rudnick, Deborah Frank, Carl Sauter, and Jonathan Reynolds. 10 writers on
Not a good
this.
sign.
So that to me reeks of they were like writers on writers on writers on writers. Only 4 out of the 10 got credit.
And none
but
of them
10.
could come up with Put Her in a Bra.
I mean, it would have been the hit movie of the year. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what it feels like to me. Like 10 writers, it's just like, and this, and then this, and like they're all writing scenes independent of each other.
But this means that someone believed in this movie enough to go through 10 writers. They were like, no, it's not the concept that's the problem, it's the writer that's the problem.
This is a movie that they were like, we are
Making this.
and we're gonna put whatever it takes into getting this to the screen.
We are 6 writers away from this working.
Get me Jericho. Kathy, get me Jericho.
Who's Jericho?
Get me Jericho and put him in a bra!
Jericho, we need you to fix this movie. What's that? You want to be paid in jet skis? Fuck yeah, bro.
I will, again, I'm saving it for the end. I got something that's gonna knock your socks off about Jericho.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Jericho. I don't, Jericho. All I'm gonna say is, again, as I tease it one more time, it will pay off. Well, all right, so.
Why when, because we're still looking at the sex scene here, why when the purse gives her all the Debbie Does movies on beta?
It's an
Like,
odd
they're very
size
big.
beach, yeah.
The format is weird. Why she then is able to just play them out of the purse? Why give her the cassettes?
And
she doesn't go downstairs and play them in a VCR. She does that with Jimmy Durante.
I think she's trying to dissuade her from she's like, here, watch this, and she's like, no, I need to see it on the screen. Like she's distracting her. Like,
all right.
Well, and then she's like, Debbie does Dallas, Debbie does da-da-da, busy girl. If she doesn't know about sex, how does she know
Yeah.
that she's busy? And why is she slut-shaming Debbie?
I agree.
With her
Debbie
tone?
wanted to go to
She was like,
Dusseldorf.
busy girl. Like, how dare you?
They also, when they show the sex montage to her, the aliens, they just throw in a lot of random shit.
Well, same with the kissing one as well.
Like animals and slapping and.
The kissing, that I thought was very funny. That was the scene
I
that
had
I
a
laughed
laugh.
at.
I had a
When
laugh.
she's kissing him?
Yes.
His face?
She's
when
watching
watching the video and recreating whatever she sees.
Yeah.
That was funny to me.
I agree.
Here's my thing. I know why it's funny, but then it hurts me when he's like, let's get married.
Oh, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Of
That's
course.
like, you should be in a home with my child every day.
Oh, yeah.
After kid.
Hey, before we fuck, you want to go check out my daughter in her bedroom?
I have recently, vis-a-vis my daughter, put her in a bra. It still works.
But like Dan Aykroyd's wrong. Like he's so off because it's like when she finally comes out as an alien, he's like, "Did you ever even like me? You met her 12 hours ago.
Yeah.
You don't even have this much time to be this invested."
His daughter should be taken away from him.
Yeah.
At the end of this movie, Willow should be put in an orphanage because her life would be immeasurably better.
I want to talk about Jimmy Durante, but I also want to talk to the audience here too, because we're at that point.
Well, great news, Paul. Jimmy Durante is in the audience.
Can I ask you, while you're picking somebody, do you think there was a scene that was cut of him and her dancing to Jimmy Durante together?
Well, at the end,
before they did at the end?
Before they did, because it was very weird to me that they just knew what they were doing.
I think that scene we see of her watching the Jimmy Durante tape is the precursor to the ending scene.
But then they're just dancing for
I know.
KKK guys in the sky.
I also have an issue about that Jimmy Durante hat. If it was a collector's item, why leave it out on the
By
hat?
the way, why is there like a 30s aviator hat also on that?
The one that she went for the walk-in.
And why do I feel like those are all Dan Aykroyd's personal hats? He's like, guys, don't worry, I've got my hat trunk coming in from home. So
I literally thought, I think I even said it to you, Gina. I was like, he improvised that Jimmy Durante line. That's so bizarre. Like, what? Why would you say Jimmy Durante? And they're like, oh, no. That's a major plot point. Like, I thought that was like, oh, yeah, Dan Aykroyd's...
It's the same thing we had in did we watch recently where, like, the girl in the 80s was listening to 50s music. It's the same thing here where I'm like, oh, we're weirdly fetishizing, like, a 30s character for the... It doesn't matter. Who cares? Put her in a bra.
Put her in a bra. I feel like you're dropping the R at the end.
Your name, your best rendition of Put Her in a Bra, and your question. Here we go.
My name's Rob. Put her in a bra.
Right.
Really good.
Maybe what we should do, instead of having people do it, should ask their question and end it with Put Her in a Bra. All right. Here. But you don't have to do that. Here we go.
I made sure I wore my shirt that has metal buttons.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
My last note actually is I hate Jimmy Durante. But you shouldn't blame Dan Aykroyd and everything for being so into this girl so fast, because one of Willow's lines is, my first mom. Like,
yeah, she's insane too. She's insane too. And I want to know, how did her mom die?
Do we know that she died?
Now I'm feeling like it's suspicious.
I was going to say.
I suspect foul play.
It's suspicious.
I died of embarrassment, just of the general family dynamic.
Does anybody here believe that the mother faked her death to get away?
It's possible.
To get away
From the father and the daughter.
She's like, I'm in a house full of crazies. I got to get out of here.
All right, your name.
She was murdered by Jon Lovitz's character.
Your name, and make sure you end with our catchphrase, okay? And here we go.
My name is Jen, and I actually have a theory about the daughter-father relationship. I think this may be a prequel to Contact, and the whole SETI thing is really Allison Hannigan, and then Dan Aykroyd's gonna die, you know? And then she goes nuts. She just goes crazy. Put her in a bra!
I wish I was more familiar with Contact to really navigate.
It's Jodie Foster, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Carl Sagan book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
Carl
Interstellar.
Sagan, who's mentioned in the movie.
Well, that's a connection right there.
Yeah,
Sir?
are we just doing connections?
Misconnections.
Here we go. Stand up here. All right. Your name, your question. Here we go.
David, I noticed with the bag, the first few things hit right on, and then it got more obscure, like with the animals kissing and stuff. Did anybody else get the feeling that, like, this is where Google got their search from? Because as you get further along, it's more and more obscure, and
so they've invented Google on this movie.
Yeah. Which leads me to my next question, Hey Nong Man.
There you go. And you got to end it with the thing. Yeah.
Put her in a bra.
Thank you.
All right.
Fair enough. Guys, so far, these are terrible questions.
I'm still thinking about.
Can't make heads or tails.
Jen and Dave, but like, get it to fucking.
I know. I'm still.
You're making the people listening at home.
Okay.
People at home are so mad at you right now. All right, here we go.
People are on the boards right now being like, the audience sucks.
No, it's literally put him in a bra 400 times.
All right, here we go.
All right, Brandon. So the thing that I found about this movie, it's basically a short con. You know, she shows up with this purpose and then executes it very quickly. But what happens is she's drawn in by these carnal pleasures. She's like, holy shit, fucking is great. I love eating food. I love sandwiches. I love Jimmy Durante. And I'm worried that she's gonna blow herself out. Like, what happens over 2 weeks? She's now stuck here on this planet with us.
I'm sorry, you forgot sneezing.
Oh my God, sorry about sneezing. Which Space Nun loves. Space Nun loves to sneeze, which somehow he gets sneezing. I'm not exactly sure if it's a ray or whatever the case may be. But like, what happens to Kim Basinger after 2 weeks with Dan fucking Aykroyd and this kid? Put her in a bra!
Great. By the way, that's a great point. Yeah, she's gonna burn out on Earth real quick.
Oh, well, I mean, like, listen, this is, I mean, even if she wasn't an alien, they're moving very quick. This relationship cannot last.
It's not sustainable.
And do you think Dan Aykroyd is really... Where is Dan Aykroyd falling on the sex chart?
What do you mean?
Like,
What do you mean by that?
I'm sorry.
Do you guys have a sex chart? What's going on?
His fucking was so savage that she left her planet.
That's what I'm saying. But to her, or like if we were to put it on a level against all of humanity.
Never
To her.
had sex.
To her.
Okay.
Yes.
Right? So like, I mean.
Which, by the way, I think she kind of alluded to that in the movie. Dan Aykroyd knows she's like a virgin,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, because he's like, oh,
Yuck!
Mom would be so proud, he says, or whatever. Right? Doesn't he say that?
I think you made that up.
I think you made it up.
Thank you.
I think that's just...
No, he says, you're a virgin? Mom would be so proud. And I'm like,
Jason,
who's
that
Mom?
never happened.
Time out. Help me out, nerds, am I right?
Mom would be so proud.
I obviously
Who's
blocked
mom?
that out.
Who is Mom?
His mom.
Why would she be proud? You're an
Not
And by
his
the way,
mom.
and why wasn't she at the wedding the next
like,
day?
ring, ring, ring. Hi, Mom. I'm about to fuck a virgin.
No, I think
so
he must have
proud
been
of you.
saying. I think he must have been saying her mom would be so proud.
No.
I think the point is...
Because she's a virgin.
No! I think the point is my mom would be so proud.
Jude is unhappy.
I think it's your mom would be so proud. My mom would be so proud I'm fucking a woman who's not
some...
2-bit floozy.
His mom, that's disgusting. No, he's saying mom would be so proud. Like, mom would be so proud of you.
Your mom?
Jude, are you saying this is maybe a bit? Is he doing a bit here?
Dan Aykroyd.
You're Dan Aykroyd?
What?
Whoa.
And I'm saying
This
to
is
her,
amazing.
oh, you're a virgin? Mom would be so proud.
Oh, you're saying like...
No, I don't think so. It's not.
That she's fucking a stranger?
That she's been a virgin
That
for
she
this
waited
long.
until now?
Yes, mom
3
would be so
hours
proud.
after meeting this guy?
No, but she's at 30. I mean, mom would be so proud she's waited this long.
No. I don't think so, Jim.
Mom would be so proud you're about to fuck this torso in a tiny twin bed.
Mom would be so proud you waited.
I mean, he has the body of a scallop. Like, I'm sorry, I know I'm not allowed to do this. I know I'm not allowed to say this, but she's so hilariously out of his. I mean, it's just such
It's absurd.
It's such a like male gaze. I couldn't tell. I couldn't figure out like, is this movie more sexist towards women or men? Because it makes the men look like morons. Like you guys will. Like,
I think nobody comes out looking
Great.
Like
good.
a rose.
Nobody's looking good.
If
coming
you
out.
meet a girl who's a 10, she can eat trash in front of your child. The first thing she does to the kid is hold my hat and completely and starts thrusting her dad. And you're like,
But that's okay because it's at like a horny adult 80s party where like kids are the cater waiters while their parents try and fuck each other.
But I do think this movie is a fantasy for men because the idea of it is that she is a 10 and she is attracted to Dan Aykroyd in it, and the only way that that's possible in any world is if she's an alien.
But she's also, but without, he doesn't know she's an alien. she just comes off mentally ill.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't think she's attracted to him. I think she's like doing a mission to get information.
That's what I.
and then
But that's
she
why
falls
it's not
for
a
him.
fantasy. It's not a fantasy if it's like, oh, maybe you'll be so smart one day, some hot girl want to fuck you to steal. Like, it's not like she likes him for his brain. She's like, no, I
She
need
comes
to
like him
betray
because she
you.
thinks he's like a liar, and that she has to fuck him to get the secrets out of him.
We've all done that.
No, here's the thing. We have all been there, but she enjoys sex with him probably more than any woman ever has because
Wow.
she has nothing
Wow.
to compare it to.
Well,
She doesn't have. She enjoyed it because Paul didn't put some shitty bra on her, and she didn't really.
But I mean, like, to quote Dan Aykroyd in the movie, if you want my secrets, you'll eat my sandwich.
That's a T-shirt. By the way, that's the best T-shirt.
Tweet it.
All right, here we go.
All right. You already touched on my biggest problem with the movie, which is leaving the door open while they fuck. Still open the next morning. But I want to talk about the Carl Sagan call, which total Kent Brockman from The Simpsons.
Can we talk about the guy who
Harry
received
Shearer.
the call's wife in the bed?
I know.
I'm obsessed with her.
Well, she had like a bump it in her hair.
I was like fascinated by their relationship.
I wrote down, want to see more of this.
But then, by the way,
Put her in a
Paul, you're coming off.
put her in a bra,
I
right?
like it.
Real weird.
Real weird tonight. Real weird.
I want to
But
see
their
more
relationship
of
was
this.
fascinating though, because at the
But
end
why-
of it, they shared a lovely kiss.
Yes.
But wait, so if you're over here, if you're your husband Paul and I'm you, and
Okay.
the phone rings and it's the mic and you're sleeping, do you reach over to him to answer the phone while you're asleep?
Well, I think he's a heavy sleeper.
Okay, got it.
My big question for her is why is she stroking a tendril, a gray tendril,
While he's on the
for
phone.
the entirety of that conversation?
I'm upset by all of it.
I found
Did not
this
like it.
scene erotically charged.
All right.
I like what I feel like the costume designer was David Copperfield.
More like David Copperfield. Nailed it.
Like she's in silk, she's got like some crazy. It's not. I've never seen a woman dressed like that for
because
bed.
no one has.
But she's dressed for bed for him. Like that. A man with a tiny thin mustache.
It could have been
I-
solved with one change.
He also
Put her in a
seems
bra.
unfazed by having been telekinetically moved across
To the car.
thrown through the air, plunged through his car roof.
Yeah.
The rest of the movie is like totally normal dude.
No, he's
You've had
slid.
something transformational happen to you. He should never sleep again. He should like,
No one in this movie does anything near right. Like he should have called the authorities. Something
Yeah.
should have happened there.
He did deliver an amazing line at the end.
What?
Which was, "Is that pocketbook dead?"
Yes, that actually was a great singer.
I thought he was terrific, actually.
He was
All right, here's your
Was he
question.
English or just rich?
Rich.
Rich.
I
But
think he's
speaking
just
of, like,
snooty.
she said she was from the Netherlands. She didn't have an accent, and no one questioned it.
No, she actually actively has a southern accent in the movie.
That's right.
All right, here we go.
Well, the basic simple element goes to the whole splashing the water in the mirror that we always talk about. But how come when people
Wait,
take
we
phone-
always talk about it?
We do talk about the idea that like it never happens in real life. You never go
Yeah,
to a
no, I know,
sink
I'm
and
kidding. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Why, when people take phone calls at night, do they suddenly realize, oh, I want to talk to this person, let me put on my glasses?
Bring,
Put her in a bra!
that's amazing. All right, here we go. Your name and your question.
Alyssa. My question is, Dan Aykroyd has devoted his life to studying aliens, right? Like his whole.
The actor Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
By the way, I will say.
He was in Coneheads.
Wait,
Also,
I'm not kidding. The actor Dan Aykroyd
Yes.
is obsessed with aliens.
What?
True story.
And I will argue
You're
that
only
that's-
bringing this up now?
I will argue that's why the first 5 minutes of this movie are so convoluted, because I feel like Dan Aykroyd's like, we got to make this more real. We got to do this.
Yeah.
Because it is like, it's so jargonful. And if you're at your work right now, obviously you're in a theater, but if you're listening to this, Google Dan Aykroyd Crystal Skull Vodka. It's a 7-minute ad where he talks about the Mayans and aliens and how this is like within the last 5 years.
And also, if you're at work right now, just Google cake farts.
Okay.
Why? I don't know what that is. I don't want to know.
Google cake farts and see what happens. See if it'll pass your firewall. Let's just see.
Okay.
My question is, why was this whole like honey trap thing even fucking necessary? Like if an alien
Great
came to
question.
Earth, I was like, hey, this fucked us up. We really need your help. Can you do this again? He would be like, my life is validated. Like this exists.
Or
My
just
work
like
is
take him
super
against his
important.
will. I mean, you're an alien.
They don't even need to. They don't even need to. This is what he's been dreaming of his entire life. Like, just go to him. Don't go creep.
Present yourself as an alien. He'll be psyched.
That's your in. That's your opener. What's up,
work on it
motherfucker? I'm an
together.
alien. You're welcome.
Because guess what? He would be stoked to do it again.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Really good point.
Put her in a bra.
Also,
Sorry, what was the last part?
Put her in a bra.
Yeah.
Put her in a bra.
I like how defeated that put her in a bra was. You got one over there.
And do you really feel like you got something good? If you really feel, all right.
Okay, is someone's question going to be about the fact that her wedding gown had a heart on the back of it?
Her outfits were pretty stellar.
I'm just waiting for someone to bring this up.
Yeah, and again, where did she get that? I guess she put it in her
purse made it.
Yeah,
Purse.
Sorry.
And why did he have a suit at a blue powder blue? Is that a guy? Is that cool or is that?
By the way, everyone was able to get it together. Like they had sex.
Had like 60 people at their wedding.
And so some
No family.
Before email and cell phones, between 2 a.m. and 10, everyone was not only able to come fully dressed to hire a band, do a whole thing. Like that was pretty good teamwork.
I feel like it was like a Tuesday morning at 10 a.m.
Yeah. Well, no, it's her homecoming because it was homecoming.
It was a weekend because of-
Sadie Hawkins. Yeah.
I will say the couple that had the most sexual energy in this movie is Willow and Oz.
Well, let's play that scene.
He pulled her out that door like he was gonna fuck her on the sidewalk.
He has more testosterone in
He's
his
like,
tiny body than everybody else in this movie.
Let's just play it because it's a great little scene here.
What is that? She looks. I mean,
She's in a wedding dress, right? I mean, isn't it or no?
No, it's not a wedding dress, Paul.
It's him! Quick, Dad! The brush!
I mean,
I'm coming. Here it is. I've got it here.
Brush.
This is the day of their wedding.
Trying to see? Okay, you see? There you
and
go.
why is
He's
Kim
very
Basinger
aggressive
in a
with the bell.
tutu?
Oh my God, you look beautiful.
Thanks, Dad. I hope he likes me. I hope you like him.
Feminist.
Double the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Fred. Hey.
Seth Green comes in.
Thank you.
I'm Steve, Jesse's
Why
dad.
is he bouncing?
This is Mrs. Mills.
Nice to meet you.
Mouth jewelry.
He has braces.
Oh, right, my braces.
My wife's from Holland, so they.
Sure. Oh, you wear flats. Great.
So cute.
The audience is loving this movie.
Have a great time.
Now, she'll be safe with me, sir.
That could look tricky to
He is fucking her with his mouth jewelry.
Right? They for sure have sex, right?
Look, she learns by watching him, right? She learns by watching her dad. No.
Paul, what's going on? What is going on, Paul? Are you okay? Wow.
Things are not good. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go to Tim. Tim has a question, and I feel like Tim has been a light here on the research end of it. Tim, you'll kind of bring us home in our final question here. Go for it.
First, I wanted to I looked it up. She's 35.
Okay, great.
Basinger's 35? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
You
I spent the whole movie. Yeah, no, I'm not okay. The whole movie, I was like,
she
she's like
looks great.
23 in this. She looks unbelievable.
You okay?
I gotta get out of here. This whole show has fucked up my childhood and now my adulthood.
But it has given you put her in a bra. Let's be honest.
And I now know that June wears bras with snaps in the front.
So she learns from osmosis. She puts her hand on the computer and absorbs all the information it has. And she puts her arm in the book and absorbs all the information that it has.
Yeah.
The whole thing is she wants to figure out what Dan Aykroyd knows, and she's had extensive physical contact with him. Why isn't she absorbing the information?
Why isn't her vagina sucking
Put her in
the
a bra.
secrets?
Put her in a bra. Bringing it home like I knew he would.
That's how it's done, assholes!
All right.
That's a G right there.
Well, obviously we had an opinion about this movie, but there are people out there that had a different opinion. It is now time for second opinions.
Second grade.
Second chance.
Second marriage.
Second dance.
Second base.
Second place.
Second helpings on my plate. We've got second opinions. We defy the critics, regulars, and cynics. We've got second opinions. Your argument won't get far when we give it 5 stars. We've got second opinions. Yeah!
Put her in the bra. That was amazing, amazing. I'm gonna give you guys this amazing Super Mario map. Thank you so much. Give it up for them. That was awesome.
Oh, that was awesome.
You did it.
Holy shit. Really ending the show on a high note. All right, so
if I get married, do I have to do shit like that?
Yes, you do. I'm doing it right now, sweetie.
Do I have to choreograph performances for free? Yes, I do.
I pulled a few of these because they're all pretty good. I'm going to start with one from Jerry A. Wapula, just because it's interestingly written. This movie is a really, really great comedy. It's about aliens from outer space. The aliens are really, really funny. The actors and actresses are really great people. It is one of the great movies to buy. It is funny. The people are beautiful. The themes are really great. It is one of the best movies to buy. Again, it is full of brilliant, period, original, ... good, ... ideas. It is full of good themes. It is like no other movie. Go ahead and buy it. A work of true genius. It is like no other movie. It is a comedy. Really great actors and actresses. Brilliant ... original ... themes. One of my favorite movies of all time. 5 stars. Obviously written by an alien there.
It was written by the purse.
Written by Jericho.
This is from LM. This is a really fun movie. Maybe not for younger children, not because of the adult sexual themes, but they wouldn't understand many of the references. Still, you never know what goes into their minds and stays there. So I'd be careful. Any kid 11 or older, though, is fine. 5 stars.
I don't have children, but is 11...
Seems that 11's a little low on the spectrum. And this is another weird one. I first bought the DVD for my mother for Christmas.
Why are you doing this in a voice? Why does this one have a voice?
I don't know.
Because anyone who buys a DVD is a serial killer.
And why is the voice Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs?
I put her in a bra. I first bought the DVD for my mother for Christmas. She let me borrow it. I'm glad that I finally watched it. It's truly a great movie. It is a funny movie. It is very entertaining. I suggest renting it or buying it. 5 stars.
Those are the 2 ways you're gonna see it, so.
And they all have this theme from Comics 34X. Overall, this movie is pretty good. If you don't care for the story, at least you get to see Kim and the other chicks in the movie. If you've never seen the movie, just buy it.
The other chicks? You mean the daughter?
Because if you've
All
never
the
seen,
Princess Stephanies, I assume.
Yeah, right.
if you've never seen the movie, just buy it. It's about the same as renting it a couple of times, and you'll be able to keep it.
Oh, thank you for introducing us to the concept of buying a movie.
It's so weird that everyone is making you buy this movie. And then the final one is from Anthony, and he goes, "This movie's great. The only reason I bought it was to hear the song at the end of the movie. I can't find that song anywhere." 5 stars.
What was the song?
That was it.
Oh, you know what? I want to listen to that song before bed. I should watch the movie. I should start the movie now. Don't want to listen to my favorite song.
All right,
The
so.
one where she slam dunks?
Oh yeah, that was
That's
pretty.
right, yeah.
All right, let's talk about Jericho.
Paul, if you will, please blow our minds.
All right. Jericho has only one other writing credit, a film called Matinee, a film they lost arbitration on.
The John Goodman movie?
I don't know. Maybe. Okay, yes. A film that he lost an arbitration on and only received shared story credit. He was so angry about it that he tried to have his name in the credits replaced with the pseudonym Fuck.
I
The
love
guild
this
said
guy.
no. Now, there's a very long article.
I find that fuck is way less offensive than Jericho.
Fuck. Written by Fuck. So, this is an article from the
What
LA...
if he legally changed his name to Fuck? Wouldn't they be honor bound or contractually obligated, rather, to list his name under his credit as Fuck?
Yeah, that would go down to the courthouse.
Like,
By the way,
come
you
on,
should've.
Jericho, follow through, bro.
I'll put it out. All right, so this is an article that appeared in the LA Times in 1989. The interviewer who goes to interview him can't get him on the phone, and he wants to meet him at a coffee shop because he, quote, lives in a bad area. So they meet, and he goes, "My original script was an allegory about child abuse. I wanted to reach kids in a way that wouldn't make the story just a disease of the week type of movie, and I wanted to make it easier for kids to grasp the child abuse angle." Why?
Wait, this movie?
Yes.
Was it not a comedy at that time?
I guess not.
Is it a comedy now?
So this is where he was inspired by this movie. Jericho moved to Los Angeles, where he was a street person, crashing at flop houses and sleeping in parks. He was befriended by a young black kid who turned up one day, badly beaten. The youngster said his father had hurt him, but told Jericho he couldn't fight back because his father was an alien. Intrigued, Jericho followed him to a supermarket parking lot where the boy hopped into an abandoned car. Didn't have any wheels, and its windows were spray painted black. I rushed up and started kicking the car when the door opened, and it was an alien. It wasn't a man. It wasn't a person. It looked so strange, I couldn't even describe it. I just froze. The next thing I knew, this huge hand leaped out and dug into my stomach, grabbing a hold of my spine. The pain was so intense, I collapsed to the ground. The alien creature stood over me and said, very gently, "Sorry, Blackjack." Then the car started to shimmer very brightly, and I blacked out from the pain. When I came to, the car and any traces of it was gone.
5 stars.
Then, not long after, Jericho had a chance meeting with Orson Welles.
What?
I cornered him walking into Ma Maison, and he told me, "My boy, the War of the Worlds was just a dress rehearsal." And this is what inspired Jericho to pitch a story about a child's nightmarish vision that his stepmother is an evil alien.
Wow.
Was this parking lot the Ralph's on Sunset?
That, I gotta say, that delivered.
Right? I mean, this man... Put a bra on it, yeah. Yeah, so this movie was inspired by a man who was
So this is inspired by a true story. Wow! This is some real nonsense. And so Jericho, I'm assuming, is just some drugged up maniac who's like...
Yeah. Jericho is not well.
So Jericho did the first pass.
Yes,
Not the last pass.
Right, they go on to say that
They gave this man money after he told that story. They gave him a check.
In 1981, Paramount hired him to write a script. He delivered it to the studio, and they saw it having more potential as a comedy.
Or he turned it in and they thought it was a comedy. He did not intend
Jericho, and then he goes, Jericho recently saw the film at the Fairfax Theater. His reaction? Hollywood is a doomed planet. Watching the film is like seeing someone you love. What?
I get it now. He thinks Hollywood is a planet. So the guy in the car was just from out of town, thus making him an alien.
Sorry, Blackjack.
Oh, man.
What happened to the kid who was bruised?
No trace of that car. From the Rock and Roll Rouse parking lot.
I mean,
I will say this. Everybody is just doing the best they can.
Is that the best someone can do?
In the movie, in the movie. Like, and I gotta give it up. I will give it up for Willow, who in this movie I thought was fantastic.
I do believe that it was probably recut and a lot of her stuff was out, right?
I don't know. There's so much stuff in there. It's not like it's a short movie. Like the scenes all seem to be in order. I just don't know why.
But don't you feel like the
scene I was surprised at the end during the montage where Celeste realizes she does have humanity and wants to stay, that in her love montage of all like the human feelings she has, that Lovitz popped up. In the midst of all of that.
The one who kissed her on her wedding day.
Willow almost gets hit by a car.
Flies through it.
She like Kitty Pryde style phases through the car.
The driver unfazed by it all.
The driver arguably sees something that is truly
crazy,
unprecedented, and is like, I didn't see her. But did you see her phase through your car?
I also want to.
I thought Lockjaw was gonna appear. Nerds.
I was also, there was one part of the movie that I thought was weird too, when you mentioned when Kim Basinger lets Allison Hannigan dunk the basketball at the end. Like she levitates her up to dunk the basket. Then within seconds, they're fucking so hard that fireworks are going off in their bedroom. Like Allison Hannigan simply just turns her back. And then they have reached that point of pure climax. Seconds later.
Well, here's the thing. The aliens' whole plan is basically sexual manipulation and prank phone calls. That's what they're up to. That's the best they got, is impersonating people on the phone.
And what exactly is Lovitz going to do back there?
He's gonna tell them all about sex.
No, he's gonna fuck them.
That's what I mean.
But, and then also tell them about Earth too, right? It wasn't gonna tell them about Earth.
Yeah, but about the sex part of it.
I mean, that's... Oh, can I say one thing?
No.
Do you remember the scene where she's bringing out all the food?
Of course.
She makes the entire menu.
Yeah.
That should have been funny. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, I get why this is funny. Why aren't I laughing?
If Shelley Long had done it, I think it would have been.
You're right.
I think, and I believe Kim Basinger to have been doing a fantastic job, but if Shelley Long had been in this movie, I think I would have liked this movie a lot more.
Well, yeah.
And she would be totally different too, because I think that it would have been more, she would have been more a funny, like, it would have been consistently funny, where I think Kim Basinger is just like odd. Like she's odd and sexy.
Off.
Yeah, where like I think it would be, I don't know. Yeah, I think Shelley Long. Did she do Hello again instead of this? That was
this might have been the dark years. The years where she went, yeah. She went offline for a couple of years.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Her and Jericho went out for a sojourn.
I feel like
Jericho years.
or
for
she was
sure.
or like the true.
all had our Jericho days.
Yeah.
Was this pre or post True Beverly Hills? I don't remember.
I think this must have been
pre.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I think we should. I think you should start having on this. Like you should have Shelley Long here.
well, we do have a guy, Blake J. Harris, who does interviews with a lot of people that are involved in these movies. I hope he
people
finds
who didn't
yes.
do it.
That would actually be interesting
That's what
too.
I'm saying.
Yes,
if
all
Shelley
right.
Long was like, "Well, I would have done this," right?
Shelley Long's like, I didn't watch that.
Ladies
piece
and
of
gentlemen, Shelley Long. Put her in a bra.
Well, I think we've set up.
Feels great to say.
Whitney, what can we tell people to do with you? Like, what do you got coming up? Sorry.
Stop.
What is going on?
She is my friend.
What can we tell people to do?
Sorry, it came out weird.
Anything but put me in a bra.
What do you have? What do you have coming up? What do you have
I
working?
don't care about things like that.
All right. Nothing. That's fine. All right,
Listen
great.
to this podcast more.
All right, great. June, what do you want to plug?
The third season of Grace and Frankie's out on Netflix. Plug that.
Excellent.
I would like to plug that also.
Thank you, Whitney.
Jason.
I don't really have anything to plug.
Okay. Great. Well, you can follow us on How Did This Get Made on Facebook and on Twitter, HDTGM. Listen to Blake Harris's origin stories. And if you have something that you might have missed from this episode, you can call me at 619-PAULASK, 619-PAUL-ASK. Yes, on our mini episode, we get into it with a whole
And
bunch
if you've got questions about Paul's butt, you can call me at 687-PAUL-ASS.
A big thank you to Nate Kiley for finding that Jericho article. A big thank you to April Halley for pulling all those amazing clips. July up in the booth. Everybody here at Largo, thank you so much for coming. We'll see you next week on our mini episode. Talk more about My Stepmother Is an Alien. Good night.
How did this get made?